first one right, so I want to do it again because I feel like just talking out loud and like explaining it really helped. I still have my first diagram that we created. I think it's still relevant. So this is like a whole series or like, yeah, a whole series or setup of questions based on like one stimulus or passage, which is what you would see on the LSAT. So this is the same passage that we read, the same rules as far as we're concerned. So we're gonna move over to the question and see if we have any like conditional changes that will affect our rules that we already have, which I already diagrammed here in the first video. So if you want to see that, then go watch it. But this one says, if irises is immediately before gardenias, which one of the following could be true? Okay, so there's just a new rule that we're gonna add over here on our diagram. I'm not even gonna, I mean, I could redraw the diagram, but I is immediately before G. But I think these same rules still apply. But we're just gonna add one more, which is I is immediately before G. So I'm gonna put I and then G, and then I'm gonna put a box around it like that. So, and then, so if I is immediately before G, which one of the following could be true? Actually, I could write those choices down here. So I'm just gonna mark this one as like question number 1. And then we got it here. This is gonna be my question number 2. I'm gonna write the answer choices out, which is G is 4th, B, H is 4th, C, I is 3rd. Now I feel like this one may be a little tricky and I may have to go back to like a video or something because this, I think it's gonna be a little bit harder for me to figure out. L is 2nd, and then E, M is 3rd. Okay, so I'm gonna read it again because I have to read the question 50 million times. If irises is immediately before gardenias, which one of the following could be true? Okay, so if irises is immediately before gardenias, which one of the following could be true? Now, I don't know how I'm supposed to go through this without like actually working it out. I'm trying to think. Okay, let me brainstorm. Because what I want to do is like test each choice. But I feel like there should be an easier way to do it. If I is immediately before G, which one of the following would be true? Okay, let's be smart about this. Let me try to work something out. Okay, if I is immediately before G and G is immediately before K, that means that IGK is basically a pair, like, or whatever, a triplet set. And then, but H comes before K, and I and L has to stick together, but we don't care, you know. Oh, and then M has to be one of 3, and then F has to be, oh my God, this is so much. Oh, okay, let me just take a breath. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Let me just, okay. I hope I'm doing this right. But listen, because remember, so we just said that I is immediately before G. And then we said that G is immediately before K. So that means the set is IGK. That has to be together. And then we know that H has to be before K. Like it can't, H has to be before K. Remember the rule up here? So that means, and it said which one of the following could be true. So let's go back down. But then M also has to be one of 3. So, I mean, M has to be one of these three. It has to be somewhere there. So, if M has to be, okay, I mean, we could make M1, but let me not start guessing. And we do know that F has to be 5th or 7th. I feel like there's a way that I can like block this. I want to just like go through the answer choice so bad, but I feel like there's a smarter way for me to do this, and I'm trying to think about it. But I want to just like work the choice, okay? And we know that I and L has to be together. So we just made I immediately before G, and I and L is supposed to be together. So that means that L would have to be over here, because it can't be before G, because K is immediately after G. So this now has become a whole pair. L-I-G-K, that I can't move. And we do know that M, we know that M has to be one of three. So M is going to have to come. And M can't come before, we have 7. We have 7. This is 4, 3, 4. And then I got 5, 6, 7. I have 3 empty spaces somewhere. Which, oh my God, I hope I'm not confusing y'all. But I'm sure not to confuse myself. But I have 3 empty spaces. And I know that F is going to be somewhere down the line here, because F is either 5th or 7th. 5th or 7th. Ooh, if F, wait a minute. Okay, no, because I was going to say if F has to be 5th, then F would have to be here. And this L will have to be first, but they can't be, because we know that M has to be one of the 3. Okay, let me redo this. I feel like I'm starting to miss. So we know L-I-G-K, like they have to be together. They can't be moved. And my computer locked out. Hold on. My computer timed out. But so we know they has to be together, and then we know that M can be. I don't think I should have did that. I don't think I should do it. No. Okay, focus. I feel like I'm starting to panic, and I'm not even taking the real test. Okay. Okay, so I feel like I'm so close to whatever it is, but I'm just not there. Okay, we know that M has to be. I only have 3 choices left. And what 3 letters am I not using? I've not used F. I've not used F or M or H. Okay, boom. We know that H has to come before K. So we know that H and M would be somewhere over here. And it doesn't matter which order that they're in. Long as M is 1, 2, or 3. And H is just somewhere before these. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So H would be somewhere before these, and then M would just be like one of those 3. Okay. So and then we know that F is 5th or 7th, and it looks like F is gonna have to be 7th, because these have to come first. So F has to be 7th, which is not an option out of our choices here. So, but we know that F has to be 7th, because if F isn't 7th, then we can't make this stuff apply. So we could do F would be, let me do my little numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know that F is 7, and we know that oh my God. Okay, I want to do this here. So let's do K, G, I, L, and this is our block that we can't move. I don't know. if it matters that I just blocked that off or not. Like, I don't know how helpful that is. I feel like that doesn't look like an F anymore. And then M and H is over here somewhere. So what do we know? What do we know? What can I tell from this diagram that this deductions that I just made? That G is 4. G can't be 4 according to this, but I don't know. I don't want to cross out anything because I really just don't know. L is second. M is third. Oh my God, you guys. This is so, okay. I feel like, no. I don't feel like any of this stuff that I've done applies here. H is 4th. How can H be 4th? If H is number 4, then what about my L, I, G? That doesn't fit. I is 3rd. I. But what about M and H? H is 4th. Can H be 4th? H can't be 4th because this block can't really move. Well, no. Because I just thought about those moving, but they can't. Oh my God. Like, I can't do nothing but work this because I can't figure it out. Okay, let me not say I can't. G and K has to be together. I is immediately before G. G, K. I'm still stumped. So I have decided that I'm just going to rediagram this game, and hopefully that works out. I'm trying my best to not hit like the stuck part, because once you do that, you don't get credit for answering the question on con. I mean, which is nothing, because I mean, there's a million more questions to practice. But I think I'm just gonna re-diagram. So I just wrote the answers, the choices down over here again, and I'm gonna re-diagram everything. So let me use my purple pen. Okay, so let's just start with what they gave us. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do my 7 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here they say that I is immediately before G. Okay. Back to our passage, it says that G must be immediately before K. So I feel like, in short summary, I could just do IGK. So that's basically what I see there, because G must be before K, I must be before G. That's like a whole little triplet pair that just has to be together. All right. H must be somewhere before K, but cannot be the first photograph. So I can either do my H in relation to this box, which is what I did on the last one. I don't know if they helped me or confused me, but okay, I guess I can do it like this. So H is before, it has to be before K, but since we know that IGK is a pair, I'm going to do H is before IGK, if that makes sense, okay? Now, H cannot be first. So I'm going to do H up here again. It can't be first. I and L must be next to one another. Okay, they are killing me. So I and L must be next to one another. They don't have to be conformed to any rule. They just need to be next to each other. So that means that because the space is taken up by G here, L has to go there. There's like nowhere else for it to go. So that then creates a new pair, which is LIGK, which is what I did before. So it's LIGK. These are stuck together. They can't move. L has to be beside I. And I has to be immediately before G. And K has to be immediately after G. So this is like a whole little quadruplet thing. They cannot be moved. And then, once again, we know that H is somewhere before these because H is somewhere before K. Oh my God, this is so hard, you guys. Okay, and the last thing is M must be one of the first three. So I'm going to correct my mistake that I did last time. So M is 1, 2, or 3 there. And then F must be either 5th or 7th. Okay. Y'all. So let me just use my brain for a second. Okay. What could, okay, if F was 5th, would we have enough spaces? Okay, if F was 5th, then we would have L, I, G, K. And then F would be 5th. But we know that M has to come somewhere here. So we know that F cannot be 5th. So I'm going to make that a rule here, which is conditional to this scenario here. So we know that F can be 5. And ideally on test day, I don't think it's ideal to redraw the whole scenario like I'm doing, but this is not test day and I'm trying to learn. So I am redrawing the whole scenario because I have messed up somewhere, apparently. But anyway, so we know that F can be 5th. So that means that F has to be 7th. So I feel like in that regard, we could just mark F as 7th. And then, so if we have designated F as 7, that means that L-I-G-K could fall anywhere in between these. Or H. H can be, no. H has to be somewhere before L-I-G-K. So we know that H cannot be 6. It can't be 6 because it has to be before L-I-G-K. So we know that H cannot be 6. And one of the things is H is 4th. But we know that H can't be 4th because if H is 4th, then L-I-G-K won't fit. And I did that completely out of order, but we just know that that's not going to work. So actually I can mark that out because that just doesn't work. It just doesn't work because we know that this has to be together. So let's just say H is 4th, and it has to be, I'm just making sure that it makes sense. So if we made H number 4, and we had L, I, G, we can't even get the rest of it out. So we know that H cannot be 4th. So I'm going to mark that there too. And one thing that we could do, which this wouldn't work on test day, but for practicing, I guess, is change different color pens for each scenario. That way, they may work, I don't know, instead of redrawing the whole diagram. Just a random thought. But anyways, so we know that H can't be 4th. And it says what could be true. And now that I'm looking at it, I could be true, right? Because if we had I, L, no, that can't be true. Because we know that L has to be, I feel like we don't really have a choice. Only thing that can alternate is M and H. I feel like everything else is kind of stuck. L-I-G-K. You don't have a choice of where it's going to go. We know that M can be in either of these. And we know that H has to come before these. So there's 5 spots right there. And we already know that 7 is taken by, it just has to be, it has to be M, H, because it can't be H, M. Can it be H, M? Can H be first? No, H cannot be first because it says it in the rules. H cannot be the first photograph. So that means that M is automatically number 1. And that H has to be number 2. And then L-I-G-K. This is our scenario right here. This is it. So looking at that, what can I deduct? G is fourth. G, could it be true? I feel like if it's not in here, then it's not true. But these don't match up to what I have. So something is wrong. Oh my God, y'all, this is hard as heck. G is fourth. If we made G number 4, and then we had L, that means, but M must be one of the first 3. And H can't be one. That means we would, if we made H 2 or 3. I mean, we could do that, I guess. If you made H can't be number 1. But it could be, but no, that wouldn't work because these can't move. Okay, so I'm completely stuck. And I'm gonna have to, oops, I knocked down one of my pens. I'm gonna have to watch a video to figure it out because I don't get it. I can't even like pick one. Let me look at the answer hints down here. Oh, the reason why I don't get it is because I haven't covered this video yet. I went a little ahead of myself. See, FYI, if you're using Khan, try to use hints when you are truly stuck. You will only get credit for a question if you answer it correctly without help. So the task is to find the statement that could be true. Given the new information that our assist is directly before G, here we want to redraw our initial diagram, which we did, incorporate the new condition, and then use our setup rules to make deductions. From there, we will be able to, so maybe I did my setup wrong. Did I do my setup wrong? I did F must be 5th or 7th, and it says F 1st or 7th. Pay attention. Pay attention. Oh my God. Okay. So with that being said, that completely changes everything. But since I've already clicked on it, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and try to rework it now. Okay, so that means I wasn't paying attention. Okay. I'm distraught right now. I can't believe I did that. I blame y'all for trying to make the video. And I messed myself up trying to make the video. So instead of redrawing this out, we're just gonna look at the answer they gave because I don't even feel like reworking it. I'm just like, I can't believe I did this right now. So the task is to find the statement that could be true given the new information. Oh, I already read that. Redraw your initial diagram. I cannot believe I missed that. I bet y'all were watching this video like, that says first. But hey, this is just a prime example. Yeah, I'm showing y'all real life. Pay attention. Looking at this new rule, you can combine it with any of our setup rules. And as a hint, anytime you can make a group of elements bigger, it's a great place to start, the bigger the group. L-I-G-K. So I did have that right. I had that right. I just messed up on the rule with the F. I'm so bummed about that. I'm so bummed about that. So that just changed everything. Like, I'm so bummed. I don't even feel like reviewing the whole thing. But anyways, okay, so so we basically combined our rules with the L-I-G-K, and I explained that part already. So let me see where I stopped at. So there are only 2 spots before the group to accommodate Magnolia and Hibiscus. Hibiscus can't be first, so it must be second. Remember, we talked about that. That puts Magnolia in the first spot, since Fence can only be first or 7th. Fence will be 7th in this scenario. And so they basically put Fence, the F is 7th and F is first, and rework the middle parts given those different scenarios. And they found the common denominator of what was where. So it's, let me see. The statement is a statement that could be true, which is M must be third. What? Okay. In this case, L, I, G, K are 4 through 7. This can't be less since K is less in the scenario. So F must be 1. This means M and H must be second and third in some order. And what it is that I'm sure M is third is the only choice that made sense. So, man, I'm so bummed about that. So we have to do another one. But yeah, anyways, thanks for tuning in, y'all. If y'all kind of like this, work it through, work out the problem with me, let me know and I'll do more because I have a lot more studying left to do. But this is really fun and like helpful for me as far as learning. So if y'all like these or you're studying for the LSAT and need somebody to study with, definitely hit me up. But yeah, hopefully this was like kind of a little fun thing for y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.